Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, karibu sana. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your continued support. Now, like I told you on my previous video, I will be taking you to several farmers so that you can see what they are doing. They can tell us what has been working for them, and of course we can share ideas and we grow together. I want to introduce our farmer today. His name is Mr. Paul, so that he can tell us what he has been going through, what has been challenging, or the challenging things that he has been going through, and of course what has been working for him in this farm. Mr. Paul, thank you so much for welcoming us to your farm. We really appreciate that. Now, I know you left your teaching job so that you can do dairy farming, right?
Yeah.
So how many years have you been doing dairy farming?
Since I started daily farming, actually this is the second year I've been daily farming, and it's uncomparable to the teaching job I had done for more than 4 years.
So,
So daily farming, compared to the white collar job, it's much uncomparable because since I stopped teaching, at least I have done some things which I could not do with the little pay I was getting from the teaching career.
so you're getting at least twice or thrice the money that you're getting every month.
To be frank, it's more than thrice the pay I was getting then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can see you have very beautiful cows. They are looking nice. They are very clean. I will show you guys how clean they are. Um, Let me ask you, because I know people want to hear the good side of farming, but I want to start with the challenges. What are the biggest challenges that you have faced during these 2 years of dairy farming?
Okay, to be frank, as I started, as you have said, as beautiful they look, as you have said, I have started with, let me say by the name we call them in our mother tongue, Metikai. I began with a single Asha breed, which with the potential it had was 10 liters after calving.
After calving.
After calvings. So that's one challenge of finance, because with the little pay, as I have said, to save an amount to buy a good cow or an improved breed, it was an elephant. But with patience, I have come improving the breeds. I came from the Asha. I joined the Frisian. Although we have heard of many people say Frisians has challenges. Some of the challenges are, in one, they are heavy feeders. So I had that fear. Since the area I'm working on, the area I can call to be my farm, it's a plot, at most 50 by 100. So I wondered, how can I put a Frisian daily, which they say it's more, it feeds more compared to the small breeds local breeds we used to layer. So that was a major challenge to me, which really disturbed my mind. But finally, I made a decision, and out of learning from others, I went to several farms and found, as people say, there's nothing difficult with passion.
True.
With passion, if you have passion, you can do things which you think they are elephants. So I visited a farmer who has a smaller piece of land compared to mine. Actually, that farmer had more than three Frisian daily cows, high producers. That guy motivated me, and sorry to be, he has left us. He's the late.
May he rest in peace.
And that's where I began. I came saved some money, sold the local Asha I had, and went for a single Frisian. And as you can see by the name Faith, this is my first Frisian cow, which I started with. From 10 liters, I went to 18 liters. The cow had a potential of 18 liters after calving by that time. So at least I felt motivated and got courage to continue with the dairy farming, since, as you all know, when you begin something and find that at least you have an improvement, you get courage to continue or to move on with whatever you have been doing.
So
When I got the first Frisian, as you know, I had no experience, and Frisian, in terms of hygiene, hygiene is paramount. If you want to keep a Frisian daily, a Frisian cow, hygiene, I had not looked on that side before I put the animal.
but we can see it's very clean.
It's very clean, but by then, I had a charge of layering mastitis. It got affected by mastitis in such a way that I was much disturbed, wondering. Now I've come from 10 to 18, but a vet has registered in my farm almost twice per month. So
Which is very expensive to treat.
actually, it's very expensive. So that was another challenge. But out of visiting several farmers, seeking advice, I found where I was messing. My shed was just a local shed. So, with the help of a circle, I went, borrowed some money, and at least constructed an improved cow shed.
And how much can you say it cost you? Like, roughly, how much did it cost you to make such a shed? Because we see it is capable of holding like 4 or 5 cows. How much did it cost you? Because so many people have been asking me how much they need to start a simple cow shed. So I would like to know roughly how much did you use?
Actually, out of the work I have done after school, I have worked as a fundi, as a kijana wa mikono in mason. So much of the labor came from my side. And actually, with 80,000, at least 80,000, you can be in a position to construct a simple cow shed which can hold at least 4 improved daily animals. Like you can see, a simple shed but can hold more than 4 animals.
Now, most people have been saying that they have been facing challenges on dairy meals, because nowadays they are very expensive. The economy has hiked. So, how are you doing it so that at least you can maintain your the cost of production?
Actually, to be frank, on the side of daily feeds has been a major problem to most farmers, simply because the least daily feed you can get in our shops goes at 42 shillings per kilo. 42 per kilo. And when you compare 42 shillings per kilo, that's a lot of money. So to start with, I used to get daily meal from the shops. But later, after visiting several farmers, I heard them talk of making your own feed. But now I used to wonder, we hear of making daily feed, you need a machine, an improved machine called a mixture. As low as I am on the side of finance, now there was a challenge mentally because I want to cut short on the feeds. And actually, the formula I got from that particular farmer brought the feeds from 42 shillings to 33 shillings, depending, mixing the ratios, the ratios and the supplements he advised me to.
So can you give us basically like what you mix, even if you don't give us the percentages? What do you mix to make your own dairy milk?
Actually, I mix maize jam. I mix maize jam. I also use wheat bran. I also use the so-called pollard, different ratios. And then there are supplements like cotton, seed cake, there's canola. We also have sunflower. We also have what we call fish meal in small quantity because of the health of the animal, at least. The fish meal, we say that fish meal, when put in large quantity, you can have a charge of smelly milk, as the daily people say. You can find your milk, at least when it's not good, put in good order. So mostly we put a small percentage of fish meal. You can also use what we call lime in small quantity, limestone. You can also use DCP and also the salt, like you have macric, super. There's the ratio you put. All the salt like Tulvet. We also have another product by the name Mola Plus, which is also very healthy.
Which is used to make silage?
Exactly. You can also use it to make silage, because Mola Plus, you put it in small quantity. At least when you mix it in your feed, at least it gives the feed a pleasant smell, which also makes it attractive to the animal as it feeds, so it enjoys. And also it's a good price compared to the daily. So that's one advantage I have found in the daily farming compared to when I was doing a white collar job, where you had to wait for a salary for that days. But for daily, that's quite different. You have a challenge of 1,000. You just carry 20 liters with you, go to the market, and actually, definitely, you get the 1,000 you are in need of.
And then there is other ways of making money when you're in dairy farming. So can you give us at least 2, 3 more other ways that you are making money through dairy farming?
We also have another advantage of dairy farming, which is also an added advantage as a source of income. There's this material we call manure. Manure has more nutrients compared to the so-called manure we buy from other areas like Sabulu. We call the goats whatever. Simply because for coffee farmers, when they use the zero grazing manure, actually it does better, and it's also a long term. You apply at least twice in an year, simply because it will start the nutrients for a long time. So I have found myself making a lot of money on that side, where at least a tuk-tuk of zero grazing manure goes at 1,500 shillings. And with a single daily animal, yearly you can make over 15 tuk-tuks of manure. So I find that's also another advantage of daily farm.
Which other advantage?
We also have another advantage. We have a daily animal. Actually, it's advisable, and a healthy daily animal should give you a calf every year. So calves, at least when you give your animal good breeds, calves are on high demands, because people will get calves from your breed. You'll sell them at a good amount, at a good sum money, and that actually you get a profit on the selling of that calf. So that's also another advantage and a source of income apart from selling milk from dairy farm.
Okay, now let's talk about something I know most of you are waiting for, and that is the feeding schedules. Unfortunately, right now, he has already fed his cows. He's waiting for the next session or time to feed the cows. He's going to give us the schedule that he uses to feed his cows and why he uses that schedule. So, how many times do you feed your cows?
Actually, I does that twice in a day
Mhm,
in an interval of 12 hours,
mhm,
simply because I came to realize somewhere I was going wrong,
mm,
that my cows used to feed throughout since morning the whole day.
mm,
And I realized later I was making a mess on that side.
mm.
Through learning, I realized that a daily cow will make milk or will manufacture milk not when it is feeding, but during the time you find it doing a process we call regurgitating. And actually, when you feed your cow throughout the day, it will not have time to conduct that process. So it will not have time to manufacture fully manufacture, get used of the nutrients it is fed on, and you are going to lose a lot of milk simply because an animal or a dairy cow makes milk when it is relaxed. Actually, when you visit me early in the morning, I does the milking at 4 in the morning. So at around 5, my cows are feeding. At 9, when you visit my home area, you not unless you are told, you can't tell that compound has a cow, simply because they are fully fed and sleeping, manufacturing milk. So that's why I chose to do that activity or to feed my animals twice a day, because they'll feed in the morning. I do the milking during the lunch hour, at least at 1. They will continue regurgitating and manufacturing milk, trying to suck nutrients from what they have fed on. Then we meet in the evening, where I'll do the second milking and at least feed them halfway compared to the morning meals.
Well, tell us the
Yes.
quantity of the dairy meal that you give to your cows. Do you give them the same amount or do you give according to production?
Actually, because this is a business, and in business, what is most paramount is profit at the long last. So, as you can see, my daily animals, they are not, they don't produce the same. We have some which produce so high. We also have others which produce low compared, because you might. So actually, I don't give them same amount. There is this simple formula I got and found it good for me to use, where I get the full production of a cow per day. I subtract 5 liters, assuming that when that animal feeds on grass alone, at least it will give me 5 liters without any concentrate. So I get full amount. For example, the most productive currently it is doing at 25. So I will get 25 liters per day. I subtract 5, I get 20. 20, I get 20 divided by 2, which is 10. So that particular animal, I'll give 10 kilos of the feed of the concentrate I mixed every day.
10 kgs, that is
10
a lot.
kgs. 10
That
kgs.
is a lot.
10 kgs simply because that concentrate goes at 32 shillings, 33 shillings. So particularly that animal will eat 133 shillings. 133 shillings. The animal, when you sell the milk at the lowest price of 40, that particular animal gave you 1,000 shillings. Concentrates 132 shillings. I also deduct my riba, which is 300 shillings. So that particular animal has fed on 403 shillings, as you can deduct together with me. So with me, I have at least 640 shillings.
Which cow can you say is the best producing of 3 cows?
Actually, out of the 3 cows, I have a cow here by the name Grace. Grace is the highest producer among the 3 cows because Grace, after calving, it went to a peak of 33 liters a day in a day. Second highest producer is the cow you can see with whitish. It is currently doing at 25 with a 3 months pregnancy. So actually, as you can see, the highest producing is 33 and the least is 20. So that's why I've gotten courage, or because with that kind of production, although I can't term it as the best, but per my level now, at least I can say I'm on the right track, aiming to the super and the pedigree breeds, which I'll get from the breeds I have currently.
Now, into conclusion, there's something most of the farmers, including myself, we have been very, it's been challenging to most farmers, including myself. And that is record keeping. Do you do record keeping?
Actually, I do record keeping, and what I emphasize most is the health record. I have health record. I also have the feeding record and the production record. Records will guide you when you are getting astray. So with good record keeping, you'll know when a cow is taking you at a loss, and you know how to treat it. You'll know when your animal is at peak, and actually you now say you are in a business with record keeping, because if it's the health record, you know when that animal was lastly vaccinated in a certain disease, from a certain disease. You know when that particular whether that particular animal is also prone to certain kind of disease. So if it's to eliminate it, simply because some diseases are very serious, sometimes you are advised by your veterinary officer to eliminate a certain cow from your farm, because it will always keep on taking you into a loss.
Now, into conclusion, can you advise people to do dairy farming?
Actually, I would advise mostly the young generation who are rushing to the white collar jobs, at least to get into dairy farming, which is one, very joyous, secondly, very profitable, and you enjoy doing it simply because actually a dairy animal, you'll only need it will only require your attention per day, not more than 3 hours, the whole day. So I find I can advise most young generation, this is the only and the most profitable business, as you combine them with other jobs, simply because you can do dairy farming while still in white collar jobs, and it will also be an added advantage, simply because you'll have several sources of income. But daily farming, I found it best because I've been in horticulture. I have grown tomatoes, I've grown cabbages, where you grow, you spend your money, and you don't know whom you'll sell for that commodity. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Paul, for welcoming us to your farm. We really do appreciate. I'm sure everyone has learned something, because I have learned a lot of things that I didn't know, especially when it comes to giving your cow time to rest so that it can make milk. That is something I was doing wrong, because my cows are feeding almost every minute. So at least I know now I should be feeding them and giving them time to rest and make milk. So thank you so much, Mr. Paul, and good luck and God bless.
Thank you.